When I first started playing, I felt very lost, and I don't know. I think as long as you have friends that help you get through the game, then you'll be good. But if you don't really have anyone to like support you through when you first start playing, then you're gonna eventually quit.
Everyone has to start at the
If
beginning.
you're gonna be a good player, you start off good. If you are a noob from the beginning, then you will stay a noob.
And so the community.
When you first start playing League of Legends, the first few games are basically an orientation. I mean, you just started playing and you're placed with other players who also just started playing. You don't really know what you're supposed to be doing and you're just messing around, trying to learn the game mechanics, and it's a time when learning comes from both wins and losses. But as you start to get more familiar with the game, you'll eventually level up and start being able to play ranked games, and that's when it all changes.
See, I'm just a recently started player. I'm not that high as much as others. But one thing they tend to do is, whenever I join a match, they tend to hate on me because I don't know exactly how to play. So say like the term ganking, I did not know what that was. And so while I'm playing the bottom lane, the 3 lanes in the game, basically they tell me I'm not doing my job and that I suck at the game. And when I ask for advice, they're telling me if I was such a noob, I shouldn't.
If League of Legends was meant to be a fun team game where people were supposed to cooperate together to play and have fun together, then why is it such a problem that people are excessively abusing each other verbally because someone isn't performing up to their standards? And most in part has to do with the whole culture around League of Legends. Here you have a game where if you work hard at it and you do well, if you rise to the top of the game, of your league, of your ranking, people will start seeing you differently. The community is so involved in the game that they basically worship pro players. When you see it for the first time, you begin to believe that you can make it too. And it all starts with the ranking ladder.
Sure, so in Season 3, ranked solo and duo players, as well as 3v3 and 5v5 teams, can now rise above the competition with the new league system. This system's going to completely replace your ELO rating and ladder rank. Basically, instead of being ranked 100,000 on an enormous ladder, you'll be placed into a league containing 250 similarly skilled opponents. Your league will belong to one of 6 skill tiers, each of which contains 5 divisions. To progress to higher tiers and divisions, you'll need to win ranked games and earn league points. Rack up 100 points and you'll trigger an event called an advancement series. The series is essentially like a playoff match. If you're at the top of your division, you'll qualify for a best of 3 division series. If you're at the top of your tier, you'll instead qualify for a best of 5 promotion series. Win, and you earn the right to move up. The best players in each region will eventually reach the challenger tier, the highest tier of competition. If you're on a top 5v5 team, you'll have an ongoing chance to go pro in the League of Legends Championship Series.
It may seem difficult at first, but it's actually pretty simple. And once you learn your bread and butter, that's when you can actually start rising through the ladder. But as you start rising, what exactly goes through your head? What does a player that will stop at nothing to get to the top sound like? What does he even look like?
In League of Legends, what's the thing that frustrates you the most?
Bad players. Really bad players that don't know how to play their fucking role. Just bad players in general. Like Edwin, for example. Edwin Villegas, he goes to Northtown Academy. Worst player in the game. Oh my god. If you are in queue with him, you know it's an automatic loss.
So do you encourage flaming on League of Legends?
Yes. I flame people all the time because they're total scrubs. I believe flaming makes people better at playing the game.
But does it really? For players like Killen Lawrence, that is simply not the case. Flaming not only drives people away from the game, but it actually infects them with the attitude where they believe that if someone's not performing up to their standards, that it's okay to flame on somebody else. And that is exactly what happened with Keelan.
Just no. I mean, I remember a couple couple of games where I told somebody that they sucked at the game and later regretted it when personally one person turned out to be a sister, an older sister, and they flamed me in return. And ever since then, I stopped flaming people.
But is flaming the right thing to do? Some say that it helps other players improve, but others say that it has affected them deeply. In order to build a better community and league, we need to learn to work together and stop flaming. On our way to the top, we must remember that the people we play with are humans too. They're not some robots that we can just boss around and yell at and take all our anger out on. They're actual people with feelings. When we climb to the top, we must remember that we must work together as a team to succeed, not just claw our way to victory. It's a team claw our way to victory. It's a team game, supposed to be built upon communication and cooperation, not on skill. In order to be successful in League, you must be successful with your team first. So the next time you think about flaming in League of Legends, think twice, because that person, they didn't deserve it.